As I slammed my book down in excitement and swiped my phone into my hand, I thought, oh, she needs to know this. Ring. Hey, Tamieka. Mommy, I know I've called for the millionth time about this, but will you finally take the red pill over the blue? Did you start studying yet? I told you, Tamieka. I read my Bible every day and have since before you were born, thank you. Okay, mommy, but I said study. Study. Did you start it from the beginning like you would any other book you picked up? Well, no. Did you know there's an actual storyline to follow? It's divinely detailed, mommy. An account about a family, their relationship with God, and details about what's going to happen to them over the course of time and history. I'm talking details, mommy. Girl, what? I don't know what you're talking about, Tamieka. No. Click. Wishing this was still the 90s so I could audibly slam the phone down in her ear. I wanted to retreat. Doubt told me, just give up, Tamieka. She won't listen to you. But perseverance replied, make her to understand. Cause the scales to fall from her blinded eyes. Okay, let's try this again, I said to myself. She needs to know this. Ring. Mommy, let's use logic, okay? What's our ethnicity? Black. Like the color? That's the name of a color, mommy, but okay. Where do these Black people originate from? From Africa, although we were indigenous in all lands. Okay, great answer, Bobby. Okay. Yeah, call us African Americans then. What? Call us after the modern name of two continents. Are you hearing yourself? You're not getting it. How did we get here and why? What about Daddy and our people down in Jamaica and all the other Caribbean islands and the whole of the diaspora? And 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 what does being scattered all around have to do with our purpose? Why were we slaves? And why are we still here? And see, internally, I felt I had so much passion about this topic, but realistically and externally, I had begun to sound like Charlie Brown's teacher, a literal mush mouth to those who used to value my voice the most. The lack of answers to these very basic questions had really proven our ignorance. The silence was deafening, but the truth was maddening and nobody cared, not even the people it was about. I was furious. To this day in America, we have no real heritage. We have no history. And our culture, whatever that really means, has ultimately come down to being defined by a music genre. We are hip hop. Be serious. In reality, every other nationality can trace their beginnings. Only we know nothing about our true cultural origins. We're the only people who have had to rely on the lies by the public school system for a fabrication of our history, and that's instilled from youth. Think about it. For Black Americans, they will always begin the narrative at slavery, but what happened before? Before we were dragged on those ships off the western coast of Africa, do you even know we were captured from a kingdom called Negro Land? Negro Land. Google it. Negro Land, a kingdom. They took us from there. No one taught me this. Personally, for me, it all started with a simple line in a song called Big Shot. A mention from Kendrick Lamar about Gentiles, and my whole foundational upbringing came crashing down from the combination of ignorance and informational deception. I could feel emptiness from not comprehending the full picture, really blinded by the lies of religion. I was fueled with passion to simply read for myself and search out the absolute truth. I learned the Bible is basically a compilation. It's comprised of history books, guarding the records of my actual family members. Yeah, I said it. Over time, these books were manipulated and used for political and religious gain, just like they showed us in the Book of Eli, the movie. The transatlantic slave trade from 1619 was prophesied about in the Torah in 1400 BC. This catastrophe was predicted thousands of years prior and written about with precise detail. I'm talking details. This truth was in this book and we had no clue. My parents, my pastors, my fiance, myself, why was everyone ignorant of these facts? Because they do not read. Well, shoot, let me start reading. I read From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph Windsor. It documents the Negro's journey after the last siege of Jerusalem, and it tracks their trek across Africa in search of a new place of solace, a new homeland. This is where we get modern day Bantu peoples from and their languages. Wow. Our homeland was originally Jerusalem. No one taught me this, but I will teach my children. I read the banned apocryphal books and I discerned they were stripped from the KJB because they don't fit the false narrative. And there's a hidden history of genocides in there. No one taught me this, but I will teach my children. I read the ones enslaved in Egypt during the time of Moses and the Exodus are genetically related to the people who served in chattel slavery here in America. This data is based on their skulls. This was scientifically researched and published in the 1840s. No one taught me this, but I will teach my children. I had become Neo from the Matrix in real life, alone on my own red pill journey. I had never seen the connection before, had never considered my people, my ancestors were anywhere near scriptures, but now it was undeniable with scientific backing. I shed my state of ignorance and I began to read more, research more, and understand more. Read, research, and understand. See, I had to face the truth. I was unknowingly deceived, but now I am armed with knowledge. I know who I am, where my family really came from, and what God requires of me. See, initially, I was ignorant, but now I'm aware. We are the people of the book. I see that, and I just really wanted to share, but no one around was mentally prepared to hear. And that's okay. Ring, 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 ring. Ooh. Tamieka? Yes, mommy. I was ignorant, but I read. I was learning, and now I am aware. We are the people of the book, Tamieka. I see it now, and I understand. See, the picture was becoming clear for not only my family, but so many others as well. And my questions were not in vain. This is who we are, and this is our story to tell. No one taught me this, but I will teach my children. Shalom.